invest in real estate, flip houses, buy rental properties, all of that good stuff. Everybody says, oh, you're just gonna make tons of money. Don't get me wrong, I've been very successful, but today I'm gonna tell you about the worst deal that I've ever done. All right, guys, so not everything is great in the real estate world every single time. So let me today just share the worst deal that I've ever done. Okay, for those of you that don't know, I invest in the Midwest, in the Nebraska area. And I found a property in Omaha, Nebraska that I thought was just going to be spectacular. Let me tell you how I came up with it. It was March of, I guess it had been 2019. Yeah, I think that was right. No, excuse me, 2018, March of 2018. Yeah, March of 2018. A realtor called me on a Saturday and she said, hey, Aaron, we've got this property this bank is foreclosed on. They're trying to get it off their books. They need to sell it. It had been listed at $1 million. Now it's down to $900,000. Do you want to come take a look at it? She's like, it's probably worth 1.25 fixed up. I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe there's something there. Went and looked at it on a Saturday. Okay, now keep in mind, banks aren't open on Saturdays, or at least late into the day. They're usually not open. Went and looked at it. This was around lunchtime or so on the day. Walked through it and I said, you know what? I got this. I think I can fix this house up. Let's offer him some $650,000. So she put in the offer, gave it to the bank, and surprisingly enough, the bank came back to us on a Saturday afternoon and said, hey, we'll take $750,000 instead of $650,000. And I immediately thought, when the bank is responding on a Saturday afternoon when they're likely not even open, they really want to sell this house. So I said, no, I think I'm just going to pay $650,000. It's like $650,000 if it's worth 1.25, great spread, right? Well, they accepted, so I bought it. Thought this is going to be great. I could put $300,000 into this and be all in for $950,000 and sell it for $1.25, something like that, and be in for a great payday. Well, it didn't necessarily turn out that way. Let's just put it this way. When I'm used to rehabbing houses that are around 1,000 square foot. So I know what the paint's going to cost in there. I know what a roof is going to cost in there. I know about how long it's all going to take. And this house had 7,500 square feet. So not only did the paint cost, 7 times as much and it take 7 times as long, it was quite difficult. The roof alone, let me tell you guys, the roof alone cost $70,000 to replace. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. So the system that maybe I've created for all of these smaller houses that I'm really good at and we can do, with our eyes closed, and I thought would fit really well into this big house, didn't fit really well into this house. Now don't get me wrong, we rehabbed it and it looked amazing. It looked really, really good. We did a really good job on it. That being said, we spent more than $300,000 also. Next thing you know, we're at about $375,000, maybe $400,000, if I recall. We were all into it, purchase, rehab, up over $1 million to $1,025,000 or $1,050,000, something like that. Well, by the time it was all said and done, it also took way longer than expected. So we bought it in March. Expected to sell it in July, which would have been a decent time, had the pool open and everything else looking good. We didn't get to put it on the market until a week before Thanksgiving. A week before Thanksgiving. What a horrible time to try to sell a property. Nobody's looking at buying a property right before Thanksgiving and Christmas, let alone a property that you're trying to sell for $1.25 million. Anyways, we put it on the market for 1.25 and we sat on it all the way through January. And it's like, okay, well, the holidays are over. We're not getting much action. We need to drop the price. Drop the price. Still didn't get much more action. It's like, all right, let's pull it off the market. Let's put some staging in the house. In hindsight, should have done that to begin with. But again, hindsight's 20/20, right? So put some staging in the house and drop the price even lower to 1.1. Well, we started getting some action then. Put it back on the market. We started getting some action. Found a a buyer from St. Louis. They came to town and they loved the property. They made us an offer that was acceptable. We weren't going to make very much money at all, but it was acceptable. You know, we had been carrying this $1 million house on our books for the last year now. And let me tell you, an interest-only payment on $1 million is pretty expensive, even when you have a low rate. And the taxes alone are pretty expensive. What was it, $26,000 a year, I think, something like that. It was outrageous. Anyway, so we're carrying all those costs along the way. Finally get this offer. They do their inspections, ask for a whole bunch of repairs and a whole bunch of other things that needed to be done. And at this point, it's like, well, what do? We either do those things or we put it back on the market and hope something different happens. The reality of that wasn't going to be. So we did the repairs and we sold it. Guess how much money we made? Zero. Guess how much money we lost? $67,000. Guys, I mean, is that what you signed up for? It's not what I signed up for, losing $67,000. You can forget that. That was a rough one. It was a rough one. And I just share it with you because, you know, there's so many people that sell the dream on real estate online that everything is all roses and rainbows, but sometimes it's not. Now, I will say the system that I have for the smaller single-family homes and for the long-term rentals that we keep, that works and that chugs along and that meets our criteria every time. I tried to take that system and magnify it by 8 or 7 and do this big house, and I wasn't prepared for that scale, and that's where I ended up failing. But with that being said, I've built a business that was able to absorb that loss, and we're still moving forward. We're still very successful. But like I said, I just wanted to share one of the stories that didn't turn out so well. You know, we're all human. We all try some things. Plenty of people told me I was crazy for doing it. Looking back, maybe I was, but I was able to learn something. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story. It's kind of fun, maybe not fun, because it wasn't fun for me, $67,000 loss, but maybe fun for you to listen and realize that everybody is human. Things like this happen. So give me some likes, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time.